What's up, fellow geekaholics? Listen, I want to take this time to make a video that shows you my action figure collection, because I'm not just some guy that started collecting recently. I've been collecting for a long time, a lot of years, and I wanted to share that with you. I want to connect with the action figure collecting community, and in my case, I'm specifically 95% a DC collector, and the best way to do that is to just show you what I got. So, without further ado, here is my figure collection. So this is the bookshelf that I have my first little bit of collectibles on if you were to come in my back door. Starting at the top, we have my Jose Garcia Lopez collection. At least that's what I like to call it. If I had to have a little bit of a collection that would exemplify the DC characters of the 80s, I think that this would be it. Most of these are DC Universe classics, minus the Batgirl, the Supergirl, and also the Aqualad. The Batman and the Superman themselves have been customized. Batman has a new head. I just didn't like the one that came in the DC Superpowers Anniversary pack. And then also the Superman they gave us sucked monkey nuts. So I took one of my light blue Supermans that I got off eBay and I customized it. I gave it a new head, I gave him a new cape, and I think we have a winning collection here of an 80s example of what the characters looked like back then. On the shelf below, we have what I would consider to be the 90s equivalent of the best representation of the Justice League. We have Hookhand, long-haired Aquaman. We have Kyle Rayner in his original costume, Batman without the pouch belt, and then we have Superman here with the long hair and cape. Now the pouch belt, the head, and the cape are all customs on these figures. They've been swapped out. We have the Martian Manhunter, we have Flash, and we have Wonder Woman. And I'm a stickler for getting the years right, the teams right. So that's also what I got. Over here on this shelf, you'll see that I've got a lot of collectibles. And right away, hopefully your eyes are drawn to the fact that I've got this really cool looking classic Justice League collection right here. And then above it, we've got some various Superman items, some Fallout and Mario items, Doctor Who. We have another little assortment of Batmans with a little Flash hanging out in my Superman lunchbox, the Bat symbol, Link over here, and we have the Nowhere Man from the Yellow Submarine. Coming across here, we have the classic looking NECA Turtles. I really love these. And then over here, we have Batman and Robin. They're the Jim Lee style that I'm trying to customize them to be like a Jim Lee style classic Batman and Robin. So if Jim Lee drew Batman in the 80s, this is what I imagine he would have looked like. So there's a pouch belt. I'm not done customizing him, thus the glue there. But there's a lot of custom work that's gone into this Batman, and the Robin has brand new legs and a brand new head. Over here, above the sofa of procrastination, you'll notice that I've got the Superman Lois Lane 2-pack and the Batman Robin 2-pack. Got some Superpowers Batman and Robin there with a whole assortment of Batmobiles, as you can see here, and the Supermobile, the Superpower Supermobile. And then this is my pre-New 52 DC Direct character display. So these are all DC Direct, and they're my favorite iterations of the characters before the New 52 happened. I just got the new 7-pack of the Justice League Rebirth figures, and I'm going to do an honest review on that soon, so they're waiting on the chair. I got some figures to compare it with. Again, we have, I want to get the shadow of my stupid camera off here. We have a custom Jim Lee style pouch belt black and gray Batman. The head and the cape don't go on this body, but I'll do a video about that at a later date. And then we got some classic Marvel Legends up here mashed together. We got the Superpowers and the Toy Biz Superman. We got a whole lot of, Superman. We got some Fallout. Batman and Catwoman here, both from different lines. We have another Justice League display. It's kind of a mishmash. The Jim Lee Superman and Batman. We got a classic Wonder Woman. I have the long-haired / no hook, so pre-hook hand Aquaman here with the Wally West 90s Flash and Hal Jordan. This one's actually not completely accurate to the time. Over here we have a custom Batmobile. This is just kind of a mess. It's a set for a podcast I'm going to be working on. And then we have the Justice League here, New 52 Justice League by Greg Capullo with a Martian Manhunter kind of plopped in there for good measure. Sorry the lighting is so bad, but here we have my Batmobile collection. I've got a pile of Batmobiles, as you can see here. Again, it's really dark. This is just a dark corner of my basement. There's not much I can do about it at this point. And I got a bunch of Batmans. A lot of these are actually customized. We have, there's a custom, there's a custom, there's a custom, there's a custom. Just, I like to swap out the parts of my figures. Alright, and so this is my office. This is where I do all of my YouTubing and watching all my videos and all of my video editing and that kind of stuff. And as you can see, I'm surrounded by figures at every single turn. So if we just start up here, I'm not going to point out everyone that's a custom because I'll make videos of them, but the keen eye who knows their stuff will see that there's a lot of different custom work and kit bashing all along here. A lot of Superman and Batman, Justice League stuff right here. A lot more Superman going across here. And then we get to the shelf, one of my main shelves, where I display most of my stuff. And going up here, we have my Legion 12 back mixed in with, you know, the characters they didn't give us. I mixed them in with DC Direct because the scale actually fit. Then we have a bunch of different Superman figures with a few Batmobiles, custom Batmobile and animated Batmobile. And some of these Supermans are custom and some of them are factory. You know, this one here obviously is not factory, but there's usually I'll swap a cape or a head or whatever, but I'll make videos about all those eventually. Then up here we have my new 52 set of figures. I really like this 7-inch scale figures, and I collected most of them. Going down further, we have some Thundercats, Lion-O's, and a He-Man. You would have seen the other new 52 figures previously in the video. These are the last two new 52 figures I got from Mattel that aren't going to be in a video I'm recording. We have a few more DC icons with, you know, they're waiting for their friends to show back up into the display. I have to film them first. We have some Dark Knight, like Batman movie figures, Christian Bale movie figures, the Baleverse. And then we have these, all these figures are going to be specifically for a Superman display, and they just have yet to go up. We have some more Superman and Batman, Green Lantern, and Thundercats here. We got Lion-O, then we got, I'm gonna get the Aquaman statue, but I have most of the Kotobukiya Superpowers statues. We got some more custom Batman and Superman figures to go with the Robin. Another custom Robin, Batman and Robin there. We got Ghost Rider, and then we have, these are the Mattel. This line was released for kids, but it hit it off with the collectors too. I really like them. We got some more here. That's some Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman stuff. It's Alex Ross, and the Flash fell off the shelf, so I've got him back here. He's looking at the world from a whole new viewpoint. Good job, Flash. Over here you'll notice a bunch of customs together with some factory figures that would be my favorite classic Justice League display. The classic characters, there's different heads and capes and body parts that have been swapped out on them, but that's right above my computer desk right here, which has a, you know, there's even a Superman on the side of my computer monitor. I've got bins for parts and stuff like that. I've got some packaged Superman figures. I've got some figures here. This Superman right there is waiting to get a new cape, so he's kind of, you know, in the wings. The Super Friends Mattel Batman. Now over here, you'll see I've got my DC Universe Classics scale figures, and these really are my pride and joy. This is my favorite display. I've been collecting these since they came out, and you know what? Mattel got the DC license and did a lot of fucky things and messed some things up, but the fact is no one has ever given us so many characters, and it was sad to see them go. You'll notice that there are customs scattered all through here. That Batman and Superman, and that Black Canary, and that Zatanna, you know, they're all different customs. But, you know, where was necessary, I popped in a DC Direct figure, because that Shazam, that Captain Marvel, is far superior to the one that, that Mattel gave us. But, yeah, I've got just a ton of DC Universe Classics size scale figures. I've also got this here miscellaneous shoebox of figures that don't quite fit in any display yet, but I'm sure eventually I'll put them in somewhere. So I almost forgot to show you these shelves. I've got Wile E. Kit and Wile E. Cat. I've got another display, like an 80s style display of DC characters put in here together. This Hawkman is a custom. I changed his legs from the knee down and his head, and I think that looks just stunning. And then I've got the shinier new 52 Justice League in here, and I think that this also looks really great together. I got a bin of miscellaneous stuff here. I got a little basket of Marvel figures here, and then this basket here is all Green Lantern related, and I just haven't had the space to put them up. So we have yellow lanterns and blue lanterns, and just every single lantern figure, every character is represented in that basket. I plumb almost forgot to show you that I also have the Gentle Giants Superpower Superman, the original Superpower Superman, the Shell gas station Superpowers Superman, and I have the Mattel version of the Superpowers Superman, because this figure right here is the figure that got it all started for me. 1985. I got one for Christmas. One of the regular carded figures, not one of the gas station ones. And that's it. That's what set it all off for me. That's what made all this happen. Wow. That was a lot more tiring than I thought it was going to be. But if you're still here and you made it to the end of this video, and you were interested in seeing my collection, you should consider sticking around and subscribing to the channel, because I'm going to start doing a lot of reviews on new products that I get, on custom figures, and retro reviews on some of the figures that I have, because I'm really passionate about collecting, and I'm really passionate specifically about collecting DC Comics products. I love DC. I love Marvel too. I can just only afford to collect one company, and DC won that because I've been a big DC fan for my entire life. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking around to the end and seeing this collection video, and I'll see you with the next one, and you can look forward to more action figure related videos. Until then, see you later. Ah, fuck, that sounded so much cooler before I said it.